Hey, what's up everybody? This is Daniel with Goal Outdoors and Jackson Kayak Fishing Team. And you can see that I'm actually getting ready to set my kayak up because despite the not so great weather today, I'm going to go out and do a little bit of fishing. But one thing I wanted to talk to you about today was how I set my kayak up and why I set it up that way. So not only when I set my kayak up do I think about, well, is my rod holders going to be within reach so I can reach my rods real easily, and my cup holder, and anchor wizard, and just everything that I'm going to have set up on here. Not only do I look at it from the perspective of, is it going to make fishing easier for me, but another thing that I factor in, being an ACA paddle instructor, I realize the importance of safety. And so I'm going to kind of talk to you about how I set my kayak up, and right now it's just kind of stuff's everywhere. And I'm going to go ahead and set this thing up, and then I'll come back and I'll show you from bow to stern how I set my kayak up and why I set it up the way that I do, factoring in safety. So we'll talk to you soon, guys. Alright everybody, this is Daniel with Goal Outdoors, and I've made it down here to Lake Whitten, and I don't know if you can see or hear this, but it's pretty windy out here today. But when you got time to fish, you take that opportunity and go fish. But what I want to talk to you about, like I had mentioned earlier, was about safety. And I love kayak fishing and absolutely love carrying my gear with me and everything, and make sure I have everything at my fingertips. But the other thing that I like to focus on is just being safe while I'm on the water, and making sure that if something were to happen and say I flip, that I would be able to recover pretty easily. And I'm going to kind of show you what I mean by that. So right now you'll see that I have several different rods on here, and my paddle's still tucked below my seat and everything, which that will be moved, and this rod also will be moved. My transducer is going to go into the water. But my rods right now are actually, my rod holders are set a little ways from my seat, a little bit further than what most people would like. However, if for some reason I were to flip, I want to be able to one, flip my kayak back over pretty easily, and second, I want to be able to do a wet entry from the side here and have plenty of space. And one of the things that I absolutely love about these Yak Attack Omega rod holders is, once I get the kayak flipped back over, you can see here, it's as simple as pushing a button, and I can actually move the butts of my rods out of the way. And so that opens this entire area up for me to be able to enter back into my kayak. One of the other things that's really important is making sure, many of us like to have anchoring systems, and that makes perfect sense because especially in winds like this, you're going to need some type of anchoring system. And so what I like to use is the Anchor Wizard. And there's a couple reasons why I like the Anchor Wizard, and I'll show this to you. That is the Anchor Wizard, and that's the compact model. You can see I just have it going to the back here, and then it goes right down through the drag chain slot here in the back. And the reason I really like this setup is because of the fact that it contains all the line inside of the actual Anchor Wizard. That way I don't have to worry about getting tangled up on a lot of things. So, you know, when you're getting ready to go kayak fishing, just make sure that you have your kayak set up in such a way that you're not going to have to worry a whole lot about getting tangled up in anything if you were to flip. And also making sure that everything is securely lashed to your kayak so that you don't lose your gear. But most importantly, you want to make sure this thing's set up so that you can get back in it very easily and that you don't get tangled up in it. Okay, I got my rain jacket on and I did a few more adjustments to the kayak. And I'm just going to take you from the bow to the stern real quick. And hopefully, I mean, you can see I'm standing in the rain, but hopefully you'll be able to see just a little bit more of how my kayak is set up, and I'll kind of explain it. So all my wires I keep contained inside this small hatch here, and so there's no excess wiring or anything that's going to get in my way while I'm out in the kayak. And you can see I like to keep a really open cockpit. Once again, this is a transducer. I'll put that down in the water, but I like to keep this pretty wide open. And I'm not going to have any. There's actually all the tethers that I actually use, they're retractable, so I like to have retractable tethers, and so those are really good. And you'll see back here, everything is actually attached and secure, and you can see I use little carabiners to hook this to the bungee system, and then I run the bungees actually down around the rod holders and everything, so that way everything is held on really good. And when I'm driving down the road, I have this strap, but I'm getting ready to take that off for when I actually go fish. But you can see everything pretty much in my kayak is pretty well attached, and so I won't lose a whole lot if I were to flip or anything goes wrong. But you know, it's just good to be safe than sorry. So anyway, guys, I hope that this video has been informative to you. It gives you some ideas on how to set up your kayak, and that you know, every time that you're out on the water, not only should you think about the fishing aspect of it, but also think about safety and making it back. So guys, I hope you get out and go fish sometime soon, and we'll talk to you soon.